Okay, let's dive into this explainer and figure out why it is that some people just seem to have this absolute boundless energy, right? While the rest of us, we're waking up exhausted, basically treating our own brains like an obstacle instead of our greatest asset. We all have the exact same 24 hours in a day as top scientists, billionaires, or Olympic athletes. The difference? They just know how to operate their minds differently.
To fix this exhaustion and lack of focus, we're going to look at this explainer like an operating manual for your mind. We'll be walking through the problem of having zero energy, building up those physical foundations, mastering your focus and stress, upgrading your learning and emotional drive, and finally, how to actually use rest to achieve more.
All right, let's move to section 1 and build our baseline understanding here. The problem: 24 hours, zero energy. So I want you to really think about this for a second. Why are we always tired? You know that feeling, right? You've got this massive to-do list staring at you, but zero energy to actually tackle it. You sit down to focus, and it's like your brain is just frantically changing the channel every 5 minutes. The glow of social media, the constant buzz of notifications, it creates this restless anxiety. It literally feels like your brain is fighting against you.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the core difference between playing against your brain's rules versus playing with them. On one side, you've got the scattered brain, distracted, anxious, completely drained by the modern world. But what we're aiming for is the clear brain, a mind that wakes up fresh, acts with intense clarity, and gets work done without that heavy, crushing pressure. And look, the secret here isn't magic. It's just neuroscience.
Now, what's really interesting about this next section is that we have to fix the physical hardware before we can upgrade the software. Section 2, the physical foundations, hardware upgrades for the brain.
Let's talk about Rule 1, sleep. It is your brain's ultimate reset button. We kind of have a habit of treating sleep like it's a luxury, right? But it's actually an incredibly active biological state. While you're sleeping, your brain is doing the deep cleaning. Spinal fluid literally washes over your brain to sweep away the toxic fragments of stress, organize your memories, and balance out your emotions. When we steal sleep just to, say, scroll Netflix late at night, we are short-circuiting that exact cleansing process. You're overheating your brain and completely destroying tomorrow's clarity. A well-rested brain gives you that natural motivation that just never feels forced.
Moving on to Rule 2, and this requires a bit of a perspective shift. Exercise isn't just for building muscles. It is literally your brain's primary natural fuel source. When your mind feels super foggy, when every single thought feels like it's moving in slow motion, a 20-minute brisk walk can just clear that block right up. It releases a flood of dopamine and serotonin. Actually sweating physically changes your brain's structure, strengthening the exact neural pathways you need for focus and explosive creativity. So the crucial point here is that when your mind feels dull, you do not need another cup of coffee. You don't need more screen time. You just need to stand up and walk. Movement directly oxygenates the brain. It streamlines how you think and solve problems. Modern life has basically turned us into these static sitting machines, but simply getting up and moving your body shifts your entire biological state from sluggish to totally confident. Okay, let's dive into how we actually defend this newly acquired energy against all these modern distractions. Section 3, Mastering Focus and Stress, the defense system. For Rule 3, let's talk about focus. Honestly, multitasking is a complete illusion. Having your phone in one hand, your laptop in the other, and a YouTube video playing in the background, it just makes you a shallow thinker. Your brain is jumping around every 10 seconds, and it is fracturing your energy reserves. On the flip side, we have deep work. This is a modern superpower. It's dedicating laser beam focus to exactly one task at a time. This is where explosive creativity happens, and in a world that is so distracted by constant notifications, deep focus is absolutely your ultimate competitive advantage. And this brilliantly brings us to Rule 4. Stress is basically an invisible storm that slowly burns us out from the inside. But you can manage it before it manages you, using 3 simple steps. First, pause. Stop everything you're doing and just breathe. Second, move. Get your physical body in motion to let those emotions flow instead of bottling them all up. And third, reset expectations. Give yourself some grace and remind yourself that you're a human being, not a machine.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds our ability to actually learn, retain, and execute on our goals. Learning and emotional drive, upgrading the engine.
So, Rule 5 is remarkably simple, but we ignore it all the time. Repetition equals retention. Think of your brain like a muscle. Just like you wouldn't expect to get a six-pack from one single visit to the gym, there is no way you can expect to remember a brilliant idea or build a new mindset without daily repetition. We all consume so much content every single day, right? But if we don't repeat the core concepts, they just vanish. You have to integrate these ideas through repetition until they literally become a permanent part of your subconscious.
Now, what's really interesting here is Rule 6. Visuals are vastly superior to text. It's not even close. Our brains process visual information, like colors, shapes, and layouts, so much faster and deeper than a dense wall of text. Visuals completely bypass all that heavy cognitive lifting and drop straight into our long-term memory and our emotional centers.
Think about it. When we were kids, our books were packed with pictures to make learning a real, immersive experience. But as adults, we kind of just leave that behind, and learning becomes rigid, text-heavy, and honestly, boring. We need to bring that visual imagination back. Start using mind maps, color-coded notes, infographics, or vision boards. You want to turn your goals from dry, boring text into visual realities that actively inspire you every single day.
Which brings us to Rule 7. Logic plans, but emotion drives the action. Without a deep, genuine emotional connection to your work, your goals are really just boring checklists, and checklists inevitably lead to procrastination. Think about a mother waking up for her child in the middle of the night, a soldier on the front lines, or a deeply dedicated artist. They aren't being driven by logical spreadsheets, they're driven by a deep emotional fire. If you want to become truly unstoppable, you have to find the emotion and the personal why behind what you're doing.
Okay, let's dive into our final section, which is honestly the most counterintuitive but powerful rule of all. Section 5, rest to achieve more, the cool down. So the crucial point here revolves around these numbers, 90 to 120. This is your brain's ultradian rhythm. Science shows us that your brain can only maintain peak, high-performance focus for 90 to 120 minutes before it absolutely requires a biological reset. If you try to just push past this without stopping, you aren't actually being more productive. You're just operating in this low-energy, highly distractible zone where mistakes happen left and right.
And this leads us perfectly into Rule 8. Listen to me on this one. Taking a break is not a sign of weakness, and it is definitely not a waste of time. It is the silent power that recharges your entire creative engine. Just taking 5 to 10 minutes of pure silence, closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths can completely shift your state. And the golden rule here, zero guilt allowed. When you genuinely honor your brain's need for a pause, it rewards you by bouncing back with double the speed and crystal clear clarity.
Let's pull all of this together to see how these concepts take you from ordinary to extraordinary. Conclusion: knowledge into power.
I want to leave you with a provocative question right here at the end. Will you just listen to this explainer, or will you actually start living these rules? Because knowing how your brain works is great, but taking action is what actually gives you power. Applying just one of these brain rules today, whether that's strictly protecting your sleep, prioritizing one task at a time, or stepping away for a totally guilt-free break, it can completely transform your reality. Your mind is absolutely your greatest asset.